Sean Manaea is the story, obviously, coming out of this game. He struggled against the Royals last Sunday. He sucked yesterday. And I liked his honesty after the game, but it's also like, what, you're going to lie and say, no, I think things are going well. Just got to keep grinding. No, he sucked so far this season. Or not this season. He sucked recently. He's been pretty good, in terms of like quality starts this season. Just these last few starts, it's been really, really hard to watch. Kansas City, he was throwing meatballs. And then yesterday was throwing some more meatballs, missing location. Gave up the home run early to Trey Turner, the double to Will Smith, which was, let me see this pitch location. Yeah. Middle in, down the left field line. The Mookie Betts home run, missed location. Campusano, by the way, was setting up like middle of the plate there for some reason, and it ended up being middle in. Mookie Betts hit it over the left center field wall. To Justin Turner, home run in the fifth, made it 8-0 Dodgers. Campusano won it up and in, and the ball was middle away, and Turner took it oppo. Manny did homer in this game. That was a good part of it. One good part of this game. And then Reese Kinnear came up and pretty much finished it. Will Myers pitched yesterday. He hasn't given up a run since April 12th, so maybe he should be starting games. Don jokingly said that on the broadcast. I love Myers taking one for the team, being a team player. He was starting in left, made a good running catch there, by the way, at one point. Then he moved to third to get Manny off of his feet because the game was a blowout. Then he went and pitched so that no one else in the bullpen had to pitch in that eighth inning, in the bottom of the eighth. He's being a team player. Probably his last season with the Padres, but I love that guy. With Sean Manaea, I mean, 4 1/3 innings, 8 runs, 1 walk. Struck out 4, 3 home runs. His ERA is now 5.27. And I guess it would be one thing if this was, July and he was doing this, right? And, you got months and months and months to work on it. That's not the case here. You're in September. You got a month before the season ends. And you're trying to get into the postseason. I know the Brewers and the Phillies, they didn't win a whole lot this weekend, right? And that's good for the Padres. The Padres still have now that, 4-game lead on the Brewers? Yeah, technically, they have a 4-game lead on the Brewers for the final wild card spot. Half-game lead on the Phillies for the second wild card. So the Padres, I think, are in a good spot right now. But they're in a good spot right now. That doesn't mean they're going to be in a good spot in a few weeks from now, So I don't think it's worth it for the Padres to, continue to give guys an extra day of rest at the expense of losing when Sean Manaea goes out and pitches. You feel like you're going to lose. I didn't go into yesterday's game thinking they were going to win. I thought they could win Friday. They did. I thought they could win today. They were close at one point. It was a 1-run game at one point. They didn't get the job done. But at least Friday and today, I thought they had a chance to win. Saturday, you don't feel like they have a chance to win, And obviously, Bomel, he wasn't going to commit after the game, right, that he's going to take Sean Manaea out of the rotation. And I don't think that's the right decision anyway, to make that decision right then and there. I think they should take him out of the rotation, though, right now and skip his starts for the next couple of weeks. Because look at this schedule. So Kevin Acee put this out in his newsletter, and I thought this was really good. Today, Clevenger pitched. You can have Snell pitch tomorrow, then Musgrove, Darvish finish out the Arizona series, then you have an off day. So that off day, you can skip Manaea right there. Starters get an extra day of rest. No game is played. And you can go Clevenger against the Dodgers next Friday. You can go Snell, and you just skipped Manaea after Darvish. So Manaea would have pitched when that off day came on the 8th. but you just take him out. Don't have to pitch him. You go Clev against the Dodgers on Friday, Snell against the Dodgers Saturday, Musgrove Sunday against the Dodgers. You have another off day. Boom, there goes Manaea's start day, you know? I know he wouldn't have started there. Darvish would have if there was a game, but you don't have to start Manaea. You have Darvish pitch the 13th at Seattle, then Clevenger at Seattle, and then you go right to Snell when they head to Arizona. Musgrove the 16th against Arizona, and then it looks like they'd have to pitch Manaea on the 17th at Arizona in the, I believe, the series finale there. That's almost 2 weeks. That's pretty much 2 weeks that you could go without having to pitch Sean Manaea. That sounds pretty good to me. That's 2 starts that you don't have to have him pitch. At least, as you know, in a starting role. Maybe you throw him an inning or 2 somewhere, but it gives him 2 weeks to work on his stuff. I don't think Bob Melvin's going to give up on him. But right now, the Padres have a better chance to win games with Sean Manaea not pitching. And I'm not saying that they have a better chance with like Reese Kinnear pitching, starting games over Manaea. They have a better chance of winning games with Manaea's start, his place in the rotation just being skipped because of the off days. Just skip them. And you can go with Snell, Clevenger, Musgrove, and Darvish. I'd rather have that. And Manaea, I can applaud him for standing up and owning it. You know, he said at this point, this was after the game, at this point, whatever I can do to help the team, if that's not pitching, then sure. I think he's helping the team by not pitching right now. Gave up 8 runs yesterday. And then on Sunday, he gave up, I think, 6 runs. Yeah, 14 runs in his last 2 starts. And one of those starts was against the Royals. It's not like both of them were against the Dodgers or the Mets and the Dodgers. The Royals were one of these starts. 10 hits on Sunday against Kansas City. And then he gave up 9 hits against the Dodgers. 19 hits, 19 hits, 14 runs in his last 2 starts with the Padres. That's not good enough. It would be one thing if they were the Dodgers and they had this huge lead, you know, on the division or on a playoff spot. But they don't have that right now. It's not like you have a week left in the season and you have a 4-game lead on Milwaukee and you feel okay about your lead, you know? Even then, you probably don't do it. You probably don't start him, you know? But, man, it is a pain to watch Sean pitch. He also said, I don't know, every time I go out there, it's just bad outing after bad outing. Yeah. I mean, I know why, because you're not hitting your spots. You're leaving pitches over the middle of the plate. You want fastballs up and in. You leave them middle of the plate or middle away, and guys can just take that oppo. Stuff like that. That's why. And the 95-mile-an-hour fastball, that's like nothing to hitters nowadays. They're used to having Luis Garcia go out there and throw 100, you know? That's not anything to hitters now. And I was sitting like 12 rows behind home plate a few starts ago when he pitched well, I thought, against the Nationals. Gave up that 1 home run, the 1 run to Nelson on the Nelson Cruz home run. But he looked better there. Why? Because he was hitting his spots. He doesn't blow you away with velocity. He never has. But he was hitting his spots there. He was pitching to contact that wasn't hit over the fence. You know? It was some grounders, some weak pop-ups. That's not what's happening right now. It's like batting practice right now. And he knows it. Bob Melvin knows it. Reporters know it. We all know it. So I think it would be better to skip him right now. If you don't think so, please let me know.